Caution. The enemy is approaching. Caution.
Who's there?
Caution. The enemy is approaching. 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 Caution. The enemy is approaching.
I want a situation report now. Have you located Boonin?
Sir, a search of his office yielded a number of data files.
Only files? Not the man himself? He had orders to wait there.
There was no one in the office, sir.
That coward must have gotten spooked. Order our troops to conduct a thorough search of the area for him, and get those files analyzed immediately. Kill anyone who tries to interfere. Am I understood?
Yes, sir.
That wasn't Borodin's unit. That man looked like the commander, but he wasn't wearing a Garmonian uniform. Who on earth is he?
His uniform resembles a Zaftra army pilot suit. It is highly possible that Zaftra sent him to collaborate with the Garmonia army.
Wait. Are you saying Zaftra's involved in this war?
Lacking any further information, I cannot hazard a guess.
Koshka, any info about this Boonin person they're looking for?
I believe they are referring to Novoslava councilman Vladimir Boonin.
What's a councilman doing getting involved with the enemy military?
Lacking any further information, I cannot hazard a guess.
Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out for myself. They mentioned something about data files. Maybe finding those files will tell me what those guys are doing here.
Caution. The enemy is approaching. Caution. The enemy is approaching. Caution. The enemy is approaching.
Who are you?
bleeding.
Enemy spotted!
Nearby survivor located. Transmitting coordinates to your device. Analyzing data. File name. Top 100 Garmonian beauties. Entered into archives.
What? Don't archive that.
Caution. The enemy is approaching.
That's the one!
I need to stop the bleeding. Much better.
Analyzing data. File name. 1st Special Battalion dinner assignments. Entered into archives.
Seriously?
Caution. The enemy is approaching. Caution.
Data analysis complete.
Good. Now transmit these copies. Get the original drive and come with me. We'll report this directly to Lieutenant Zazchev.
Caution. The enemy is approaching. Caution. The enemy is approaching.
What is that? There!
What is this, Koshka?
It appears to be Wanzer production reports. It seems that, for some reason, this one was designed and produced in secret.
So those guys who were looking for Boonin must really be after this mech.
It is highly possible. According to the data, it was already assembled and transported to warehouses near the harbor. Enemy troop deployments have changed. Transmitting information to your device. Caution. The enemy is approaching. 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 Caution. The enemy is approaching.
Huh? Don't move! Reloading! I'm out of ammo!
The nearby enemy troops have started to mobilize. They seem to be heading toward the harbor.
They must have seen the copies of this data. Koshka, have you been able to locate that girl? Yulia?
There is no information on anyone fitting her description nearby. Perhaps she has already left this area.
I see. Wherever she is, I hope she's safe. Anyway, I need to hightail it to the harbor. Who knows how long the Ruthenian army can hold out for.
Caution. The enemy is approaching. Caution. The enemy is approaching.
What was that about? He didn't look like military. I swear I've seen his face before. Somewhere.
Match found. Ruslan Ismailov, former leader of NGFP, the group that fought for Novoslava's liberation. He was confirmed dead 2 years ago, in April of 2125.
The hero of Novoslava's revolution. That can't be him. He's dead. He was assassinated right after the city was liberated.
That is correct. His face is a 98.3% match to images on file. Barring the existence of an identical twin, it is unlikely that was anyone else.
A twin. Wouldn't that be convenient? But then, who was that?
Don't move.
I believe that's my line, Mr. Dead Man. You aren't Ruslan.
Ruslan? Why did you say that name? Tell me what's going on.
Ruslan Ismailov, Novoslava's fallen hero, was just here.
He was here? What are you talking about? He's dead.
Honestly, I don't quite believe it myself. I know he was assassinated. By someone called...
Leonid Osterman, a former member of Ruslan's liberation group. He was arrested, charged with murder, and sentenced to death. There are records that his punishment was carried out that same year.
Where is he? Where did Ruslan go?
He left. You just missed him. Who was that guy?
That was Leonid Osterman, a former member of Ruslan's liberation group. He was charged with murder and sentenced to death. There are records that his punishment was carried out that same year. Inexplicably, both his appearance and voice print match the records.
Another ghost.
Olga, I have bad news. A short time ago, the Ruthenia army decided to retreat from Novoslava.
What do you mean, retreat? It hasn't even been half a day. Koshka, is there any other way I can meet up with the army?
Continue west as planned. There are private container ships moored in the harbor. It is possible to escape if you are able to board one.
The Garmonians are heading to the harbor too, aren't they? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Tell me where Ruslan is. I'm going after him.
Leonid Osterman, former elite of NGFP, the group that fought for Novoslava's liberation. Sentenced to death for murdering Ruslan, the group's leader, and executed later that year. Official records confirm the death of condemned inmate D-105. You. I am unsure how to best classify your existence.
I was falsely accused. Overwrite those damned records. Truth is, I'm still kicking. Classify me however you like.
I will reserve judgment until the present situation has been dealt with. For the moment, you are now under my supervision, D-105.
Piece of crap AI.
The Garmonia army is patrolling the perimeter. I advise you acquire a weapon immediately.
If you know where I can find a weapon, hurry up and say so.
There are remnants of a battle fought within a nearby building. It seems the Ruthenian troops barricaded themselves inside, but they were all killed. It is possible you will be able to procure some weapons and ammunition there. Transmitting coordinates to your device. Nearby survivor located. Transmitting coordinates to your device.